Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speaking English Language School. It's week 4 of our B2 English adventure. Last week, we focused on talking about work and using the present perfect tenses. This week, let's dream a little bit. We're exploring the exciting topic of travel and exploration. And to do that effectively, we need to master how we talk about the future. We'll review and practice 5 key ways to express future plans, predictions, and arrangements. English has several different ways to talk about the future, each with a slightly different nuance. The first form we're going to talk about today is will, and we have 3 key words to help us know when we use the word will. For example, we have spontaneous decisions, which are decisions made at the time of speaking. Next, we have prediction, which is often based on opinion and belief about an event that might happen. Last, we have promises and offers. We're going to go through examples of each one of these. Let's dive into the first type, which are spontaneous decisions. And these are decisions made at the moment of speaking. For this, we use will plus the base verb. For example, the phone's ringing. Okay, I will get it. Can you help me with this? Yes, I will come now. Is he coming to the party? No, he will not be there due to a family obligation. So all of these are decisions made just in the moment of speaking. And all of these can be contracted as well when we speak. We won't go into this specifically now, but for example, the first one, the phone's ringing. Okay, I'll get it now. Can you come help me with this? Yes, I'll come now. Is he coming to the party? No, he won't be there due to a family obligation. And again, we won't be going into this on a deeper level, but just note that in spoken English, we tend to contract all of these. The next type are predictions, which are often based on opinion or belief. So this is what you think or believe will happen. Oftentimes we use this with keywords such as I think, I hope, or probably. For example, I think it will rain tomorrow. You will probably really love Japan. I hope you will come with us. And again, in spoken English, we tend to contract these. I think it'll rain tomorrow. You'll probably really love Japan. I hope you'll come with us. The last type with will are promises and offers. And here you can see in the example sentences, I'm showing the contractions. Our first sentence, I won't tell anyone your secret. This is a promise. The next example, that bag looks heavy. I'll carry it for you. This is an offer. So without the contractions, these would be, I will not tell anyone your secret. And that bag looks heavy. I will carry it for you. Next type of future construction is be going to. And we have some key words to help us remember when to use this as well. For example, we use this for prior plans or intentions. And these are decisions made before the moment of speaking. We also have predictions with evidence. So when you see something now that makes you believe something will happen. We're going to go into examples for each of these as well. Our first use of be going to is for prior plans and intentions. These are decisions made before the moment of speaking. Our examples are, we are going to travel to Italy this summer. This was decided before now. Our second example is, he is going to start a new job in September. This is his plan that was made before now. And our construction is the verb to be, so am is are, plus going to, plus the base verb. And again, we can contract these in spoken English to, we are going to travel to Italy this summer, or he's going to start a new job this September. Our second use is predictions based on present evidence. This is used when you see something now that makes you believe something will happen in the near future. For example, look at those dark clouds. It is going to rain. So our evidence now would be the clouds. Our second example, be careful. You are going to drop those glasses. And our evidence now would be glasses that are maybe unstable in a certain way. And again, you can contract these. Look at those clouds. It's going to rain. Be careful. You're going to drop those glasses. The next way we use the future is actually the present continuous, which might be new for some of you listening today. The present continuous, used when talking about the future, is for a fixed arrangement that is happening at some other time in the future. And our construction for that is again the verb to be plus an ing verb. So an is are plus a verb in its ing form. Again, this is used for future arrangements, usually with other people, often with a specific time or place. Think of it like an appointment in your calendar book. Let's look at some examples. I am meeting Sarah for coffee tomorrow at 10 a.m. This is arrangements are made, it's in my calendar. The next example, what are you doing this weekend? This is asking about arrangements. And our third example, they are flying to Paris on Friday. Our tickets are booked, our plan is fixed. And again, all of these can be contracted in spoken English. I'm meeting Sarah. What are you doing? They're flying. Something important to note is that the present continuous is often used interchangeably with going to, but the present continuous emphasizes the arrangements more. Okay, we just have 2 more future tenses to go. The next future tense is the future continuous. And we use this to talk about an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. And our construction is will be plus the verb in the ing form. For example, this time next week, I will be relaxing on a beach in Spain. So this is describing the action happening at that future moment. So this time next week. The next example, don't call me at 8 p.m. tonight. I will be having dinner. So this is an action in progress at a later time in the future. Our last future tense for today is the future perfect, and this might be our most kind of confusing, different use for many learners. And this is used to talk about an action that will be completed before a specific time or before another action in the future. Often, we use the preposition by as well in these constructions. For example, by the end of this year, I will have visited 10 different countries. So the visiting will be finished before the end of the year. Next example, call me after 9 p.m. The meeting will have finished by then. So that completion will be before 9 p.m. So it's safe to call me after 9 p.m. Now that we've learned all of those future tenses, let's move on to some travel-related vocabulary, which is our main focus for today. Let's start with itinerary. Itinerary is a detailed plan or route of a journey. For example, I'm planning our itinerary for the trip. The next word, accommodation. Accommodation is a place to stay, a hotel, hostel, an Airbnb, anything. For example, have you booked your accommodation yet? Backpacking. Traveling or hiking while carrying your belongings in a backpack. For example, they went backpacking across Southeast Asia. Sightseeing. Visiting interesting places, especially as a tourist. We're going sightseeing in Rome tomorrow. Off the beaten track. To places where few people go, far from main roads and towns. I prefer vacations off the beaten track. Package vacation. A vacation organized by a company at a fixed price that includes travel, accommodation, and everything you might need. For example, for my upcoming vacation to Europe, I booked a package vacation so I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Next, culture shock. Feeling confused or anxious when visiting a country or place very different from your own. When I went to China, I had culture shock for the first few days because it felt so different from my own culture. Next, souvenir. Something you buy or keep to remember a place or holiday. Whenever I go on vacation, I always love to bring home souvenirs for myself and my friends. Explore. To travel around an area to learn about it. We spent a week exploring the coastline. Next, book a flight or hotel or really anything. This means to reserve. I'm going to book my flight tonight. I want you to try using these words when discussing your future travel plans with your friends. Let's continue to put everything further into practice with some listening. Imagine two friends are planning a weekend trip. Listen to their conversation and notice the different future forms they use. Also, try to answer these 3 questions, which help us actually practice tenses we've used in previous classes. The first question, what's the plan? The second question, why are they confident about the weather? The third question, what arrangement did they make? Let's listen. And don't worry, we're going to see the transcript next, so you don't have to catch everything the first time. So, what are we doing this weekend? Any ideas? Well, I was thinking maybe we could go hiking. I checked the weather and it's going to be sunny on Saturday. Hiking sounds good. Where? Maybe Mount Laguna? Perfect. I'll drive. What time should we leave? If we leave at 7 a.m., we will have finished the main trail by lunchtime. 7 a.m. works for me. So we're meeting at my place at 6:45 then? Exactly. It will be fantastic. This time tomorrow, we will be hiking up a mountain. Let's first, before we dive into the different future tenses, let's make sure that you are able to answer the questions. Let's look at the first question. What's the plan? The plan is that they will hike. Why are they confident about the weather? They have already checked the weather. They know it will be sunny. Last question. What arrangement did they make? They have arranged to meet at 6:45 a.m. so that they can get to the trail by 7 a.m. Now let's take a look at the transcript and make sure that you are able to see the different uses of the future tense. And now here's the transcript of the conversation between the two friends. Were you able to hear the mix of the different future tenses being used? For example, are we doing is an arrangement. Is going to be is a prediction based on evidence. I'll drive is an offer, or it could be a spontaneous decision. Will have finished is a completed before future time. We're meeting is a fixed arrangement, and will be hiking is an action in progress in the future. I know this could still feel a little confusing or difficult how we mix these different future tenses together, but we have a little more practice to go. Now it's your turn to further put all the learning together and try to speak. Imagine you're planning your dream vacation. Use different future forms to answer these questions out loud. You can record yourself if you would like. Where are you going to go on your next vacation? What will the weather probably be like there? What specific activities are you doing on the first day? What will you be doing exactly 1 week into your trip? What amazing thing will you have done by the end of the trip? So pause now and practice describing your trip. Remember to use a mix of the future forms. Now let's practice writing. Imagine you are emailing a friend to suggest a trip you could take together. Outline your idea. suggest some activities, and ask about their availability. You can use some of the ideas you practice in the speaking portion, but try to use at least 3 different future forms in your email. Let's first take a look at an example. Let's take a look at my example email. Hi, Sarah. How are you? I was thinking maybe we could go camping next month. I saw a nice campsite online. I think the weather will be perfect by then. We could go hiking and kayaking. Are you doing anything the first weekend in June? Let me know if you're interested. Perhaps by the end of the weekend, we will have climbed that big hill near the lake. Best, Kim. Pause and write your email. Practice making suggestions and outlining potential plans. You could share it in the comments if you'd like for feedback. Excellent job to exploring the future. We reviewed 5 key ways to talk about future events. Will, going to, the present continuous, the future continuous, and the future perfect. Remember to choose the form that best fits the context: plan, prediction, arrangement, action in progress, or completed action. Next week, in week 5, we're moving into the world of opinions, discussions, and debates. We'll learn how to express agreement and disagreement politely and how to speculate about present and past situations using modal verbs like must be, might, have been, and can't be. Thanks for joining me today at Speaking English Language School. I hope you feel more confident talking about your future plans, especially travel. If this lesson was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss week 5. Where are you planning to travel next? Let me know in the comments using a future form. Also, don't forget to share your writing as well. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next week. And don't forget to grab the free workbook in the description below. Bye for now.